Hey, so we're here with Chris Souder from the construction management course over at Chico State, and we're looking at the Honey Run covered bridge project that Chris was so instrumental on. We're going to go over, Chris is going to give us some insights and some background story on the terrible fire that blew through here, but also the recovery efforts and what it's going to mean for the community. It's an awesome story.
Well, let's go take a look.
Yeah, Chris, yeah, let's do it.
These were poured with steel forms, these columns. Yeah, but you pour the pile first to grade, and then you add the rebar, and you pour the pier after that. So what you're seeing above ground was poured, that's second stage. 40 feet below is stage one, and then you come back after that's done and pour the pier on top. The old bridge had concrete, but they were steel casings, red steel casings riveted. So back in the 1800s, they didn't have welding. They didn't weld, so everything was riveted. So that's how you knew the old bridge. And they're thinking about painting these, right? Red? Yeah, they're gonna paint them red to make them look like kind of the old. Are you gonna paint little rivets on there too, Mike?
Oh,
that'll be your job, right? 2020, we had about almost $1 million to start the project. And that $1 million went to the foundation work. And then we needed to fundraise some more. They began fundraising, let's just say a year into it. Is it a couple years? Then all of a sudden a claim got paid up by PG&E.
Wow.
And so they received the money that PG&E owed them for burning their bridge down. 1.5 was it? Okay. And that money was mostly gone from phase one though.
Chris, would you mind giving a quick rundown or history of the terrible fire that did blow through here and the structure that was in place and the history involved with that?
Yeah, November of 2018 is when the Paradise Fire occurred. And this valley picked up large embers, right? Came right over the top.
So Paradise is just right over that way?
Paradise is right above those, not right above, but probably 5-10 miles just above those rocks. And then, so embers flew through this whole canyon. And if you go through the canyon, you'll see a house burnt down, and then you'll see two that aren't burnt down. So it was really random on where the embers fell and what burned. The bridge being all wood except for the metal roofing. And there was a lot of brush under the bridge. So nobody really knows whether the embers lit the brush and then the brush lit the bridge, but the bridge was all wood siding and all wood framing.
This wasn't a main thoroughfare though. This is a historic bridge. So the people weren't relying on it to...
No, it's been closed off since the 60s when they built that new bridge just upstream, the steel bridge.
Yeah.
And so once they built that bridge, this became just a historical landmark and a footbridge. People have weddings out here. They do events. They do pancake breakfasts out here once a year. It's a fundraiser. They have
got married up. Yeah, 2016 April.
Oh, the original. Oh, wow.
Moved to the Roseville area.
Right.
With our grandkids. Yeah, 2016. Then my wife became the wedding coordinator to schedule the weddings. The year the bridge burned, or the following year, 2019, we had 18 weddings scheduled, and that's our moneymaker. That's how we made money to keep the park going.
Wow.
So all those people had to be canceled out as far as no weddings in 2019 because the bridge was down.
Yep. Just bring their own catering and everything here.
They do the trucks,
pretty much do everything.
In, the catering, and the restrooms were already here.
It's a beautiful setting. Yeah. So like post-fire, obviously this community just got hit so hard. That was national news and so devastating, and everybody's picking up the pieces all around here. Can you describe, Chris, how you got the first few steps going on reaching out to your network and other contractors?
Yeah, so I was volunteering at the Elks Lodge doing clothing mostly. Remember when everybody was donating clothing? So I was in there volunteering, sorting clothes. And I kept going home thinking, man, the area needs money. Clothes were awesome, but beyond the clothes, you need money to do the various things. And so I reached out to our supporting companies that support construction management and hire all of our students. And I sent one email, in 13 days, got $205,000 donated. I forget how I thought of the bridge. I might have been reading an article or something about it, but I got online and somehow reached out and got hold of the president, Robert, who used to be the president, Robert Catalano. And I reached out to him and I said, hey, I've got some money. I'd like to donate to the bridge. And so I was going to devote $25,000 of what I raised to this cause. And so they invited me to their board meeting at Rick's house. And I brought a check, and then I talked to them, and we talked about rebuilding the caretaker home. I said I'd love to get students involved with that, with faculty and local contractors. So it started out rebuilding that home, and then we slowly started putting together a team to design and rebuild the bridge. And I kind of got lured in there, hook, line, sinker. and volunteered to be the pro bono project manager of both. And that's almost 5-6 years ago.
You know, such a devastating event, and to turn it into somewhat of a positive, all the students that must have learned from
Yeah, on
coming
the
here.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
We were building that house when COVID started, and we finished it in the middle of COVID in May. And students were actually going home for the summer, and me and a couple faculty members ended up doing the finishing touches on it.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was a good project to get the students and local contractors. We almost built the house for free because we got so much support and so much donated,
Yeah.
time and materials. Yeah, it cost us $62,000 to build a 900 square foot home.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
my
that's-
math tells me that's less than $1 a square foot.
That's not.
I mean,
that's
sorry,
not-
$100 a square
That's
foot.
not typical California prices. You
No.
wouldn't build for $1,000 a foot in San Francisco. so-
Exactly.
In January, will you have a big event here? Hopefully, reopening.
We will have a ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
And then hopefully when the weather maybe gets better, we'll have maybe even a bigger event.
Look, yeah, for the whole community.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be pretty nice.
Good for all you guys. I'm looking
for
forward
coming
to
up.
seeing the pictures when it's all complete.
Oh yeah, we'll keep you updated for sure.
All these trees are coming back, and yeah, it's,
Yep. No, it'll
all the construction gear will be out of the way, and nature will
take its
bring
course.
Bring it back
yeah.
to where
And it's going to have a metal
former.
roof just like it used to. Nothing fancy on the roof.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Want to walk across the bridge?
So you could still smell it.
Yeah.
But there was actually some locals, weren't they kind of going, is this bridge really going to smell that bad?
Yeah, people are complaining.
People,
it's
people
only
will
for a
complain
while.
about everything.
Yeah, they will.
Anyways, phase 1 was the foundation. Phase 2 was the actual truss. All the big steel you see in the big members,
Uh-huh.
that was Q&D. Then everything you see beyond that, everything added from here out is done by Conroy Construction. They're phase 3, and they're a local contractor that we put out to bid, and they were the successful bidder.
Yeah, I love the whole local element of all this. You brought in the school, the students, locals, local contractors. So
Yeah.
that really adds to the.
And Conroy
to the
has a good
recovery.
name in this community, so a lot of people were really excited that he was successful in the bid. He's very involved with Rotary, and that's where he knows some of the board members from this association.
No, you guys have really turned such a devastating event into as positive as it can be anyway, considering. So it's a great story. What capacity will this hold?
You can run a 1-ton truck over this, theoretically.
Yeah.
Maintenance type vehicles.
Will it be mostly for, which is a great asset to the town, is for tourism and to bring people around
Right.
for events and all that?
Yep. Without fire sprinklers, we're not allowed to have an event actually on the bridge.
Yeah.
So any wedding that's going to occur has to happen out on the park.
Yeah.
But for walking and stuff, before the burn, there was a wrought iron gate on each side to keep people from coming from that direction. So people were allowed to freely walk on the bridge. Right.
Yeah.
The handrails, it's built like
We
a,
acquired some property on the side, so we'll make that part of the park too, so people can be able to walk across the bridge.
I can't wait to see it. 2025, this thing is going to be
Yeah.
pretty rocking, huh?
see that building over there?
Yeah.
It's a volunteer fire department.
Great for just bringing, good energy and hope to the people who are trying to
Yeah.
pull things back together over there in Paradise.
That's when we first started, or they first started deciding to build the bridge. It was almost more about that than it was the
Symbolic,
historical
yeah.
value and the symbolism.
People
and
need
stuff.
to see it, something that they were so proud of come back to its
Right.
former glory.